How many coins can you make in FIFA 21 in 1 hour? Let's find out, the boys. Just before we get into this video, I want to thank Stakester for sponsoring this video. Now, lads, if you've not heard of Stakester before, imagine this, right? You're playing against a friend and you want to up the ante and make things a bit more interesting. This is where Stakester comes in. Stakester allows you to play against friends or strangers at your favourite online games like FIFA 21, Call of Duty, Rocket League, UFC, and more to win real money and prizes. Firstly, you need to download the Stakester app with the link in the description. Choose your platform and game. You can either join an existing game that's already on the app, or you can set up your own and challenge a friend. And then depending on who wins the prize. Honestly, lads, it's so easy to set up. It definitely makes playing games of FIFA a lot more fun than what they are at the minute. You must be 18 or over to use the site. Click the link in the description and use the code LE96Z to get your first $5 game for free. Alright, lads, so like I said at the start of this, it's going to be a bit of a different video. It's going to be a lot of waff in this video. It's going to be full of waff. Boys, I'm going to be doing a 1 hour trading challenge. I did this on streams yesterday and I managed to make around 13,000 coins, and to be honest, I wasn't really that happy about making 13,000 coins, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to retry this challenge and basically just do it all again. Boys, if you enjoy this video and you want to see more stuff like this, please do drop a like on this video. If you want to see me do a full 24 hours from 6 in the morning one morning, 6 in the morning the next morning, get this video to over 1,000 likes. But predominantly for this hour, I am going to be mainly trading with silvers. We've got around 20,000 coins at the minute. Ideally, I do want to be doubling that and maybe even making the tiniest bit more. I think that would be a pretty good amount to go for. And it's going to be completely uncut as well. That's the biggest thing about all this. Completely uncut, so you can see everything that I'm doing. I'm not leaving anything out. If there's anything that I mess up, it's staying in. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So I asked on Instagram the other week for some questions for a Q&A. Never got round to doing the Q&A, so I thought, you know what, I may as well answer all of these in today's video here, because why not? Do you know what I mean? Why not? There's nothing else to talk about. Boys, without skipping to the end, do me a solid. Let me know down in the comment section how many coins that you think I've made in the hour. No cheating. Yeah, I mean, someone's obviously going to cheat, but it is what it is. We have got 1 hour up on my phone right here, and we shall get the timer started in 3, 2, 1. The timer has started. So, boys, what methods am I going to be using? Would you look at that? Basically, I'm just going to be trading today with silvers from the Premier League, because I know quite a few filters from this league and I know that you can make pretty decent coins. Now, we have run into a slight issue straight off the bat. I think EA have patched the compare price sniping method, which, if that is the case, it's annoying. It's really, really annoying that they've done that. Like, out of everything that they've done over the past like 2 weeks, honestly, boys, my tolerance for EA at the minute is ridiculously low. Yeah, you can see here, EA have completely messed this method up. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to maybe keep backing out and then coming in for this method, because this method just isn't going to work anymore. So you can see here that this method is going to be a lot harder to do. So before, in the past, what you could do, you could compare price back out, but now for whatever reason EA have patched it where you can't use this anymore. Like, out of all the things that they're doing at the minute, they just thought, you know what, I want to screw people out of making 300 coins on a silver card. Do you know what I mean? It's just literally typical EA thing to do. And even when you back out now, it completely resets the filter, and they've made everything a hell of a lot harder to make coins in FIFA 21. So I'm going to have to use quite a bit of my own initiative here and just try and update it as best I can do. Like, you can see here that this card's gone. We physically cannot use this method anymore. Now, what I could do in replacement of it is I could just sit here and snipe just like this, but the issue with sniping like this is you're very, very likely to get kicked out. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to flick between the silver basic filter. I'm just going to have to keep flicking through loads of different ones, to be honest, and just seeing what we can find and just somehow make it work. I honestly have not got a clue how we're going to do it, but I'm sure I can come up with something, but this is basically the method. You're going to be trading with silver cards, and then once you trade with general silver cards, like silver, Premier League basic, you set it to basic to get rid of the goalkeepers, is you can then go into different filters that you might find. So for example, straight off the bat, the boys, we found a Chelsea centre mid in Gilmore for 700 coins, I think it was, and I think he's actually going for quite a bit. So on the market at the minute, this Gilmore is currently going for 2,000 coins, so I'm going to list this up for 1,900. Don't forget, the boys, we did start off on 20,000 coins, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be really, really hard, because usually the play would be to just come on and just see what's chilling on the market, but you literally can't do that anymore because they've took out that compare price feature. I don't know why. I really, really do not know why. So I'm going to basically be flicking through all of the silver filters that I know from the Premier League. Again, found all of these when I've just been literally just trading with general silvers. So first one is going to be silver striker and Nketiah. Now Nketiah usually goes for 2,000 coins on Xbox, so I'm not going to pick that one up. Moving into the next one, it is going to be centre backs from Aston Villa. Now a lot of people might be thinking, well, how do you know that these are good deals? Now the reason why these are good deals is because I keep forgetting that I can't cut anything out. The reason why these are good deals is because they're needed for League SBC. So for example, Aston Villa, they've not really got loads and loads of centre-backs, so that means that the centre-backs from there who are silver go up in price. Likewise with Everton as well. Everton's centre-backs are pretty scarce. Now Godfrey at 3.2 is a bit too high for me. I think the main play for me is going to be trying to pick up on undercuts like this. I'm going to have to take a look at open bid. I'm just going to be trading everything around Premier League silvers. I need to know Premier League silvers like the back of my hand, to be honest. So let's go over to Leeds Defenders. These are usually chilling around 1.9k. It looks like that is still the case. I have checked some of these prices before I start recording, obviously, because I do need to keep up to date with them as much as I possibly can do, but it is what it is, the boys. It is what it is. Always be prepared when you're going to go and do something. Now, some Somervilles there, under 2.3, which is interesting. So 2.5. You know what, boys? I'm half tempted to take a bit of a punt on these, but with my limited coin amount, I think I'm going to leave it. Now, I think that's another thing which I've actually spoken about before, and it's coin management. I think coin management is a massive, massive thing when you're trading, the boys. Like, you can come on and you can have, like, say for me, for example, 20,000 coins, and you can quite easily spend up and not get coins back quickly. And that is going to be an issue. So we've just managed to get ourselves a Jakubovic at 3.2k, can sell him on at 3.6k, making mine the cheapest one on the market. And we're going to carry on going through all the filters. Southampton strikers at the minute are ridiculously high in price because we've recently had a St. Patrick's Day objective, which made some cards go up and some other cards not go up. Now, the reason why I'm not picking this guy up is because his price is just a bit too all over the place for me at the minute. So we're just going to carry on going through all these filters, and it's looking like at the minute that we're not doing so bad. 4,000 coins spent. It could definitely be better though. It could definitely be better. I think at this stage, once we've done this first cycle through of all these cards, we will jump into one of the Q&A questions. So if any of you guys have asked me any questions on Instagram, it probably will get featured in this video. And boys, if you've not already, please do follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all the rest of it. West Brom defenders are looking pretty cheap at the minute, which is pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie. It is a bit interesting. It's a bit interesting. He's spicy. He's spicy. Forwards though, yeah, forwards are always so high, man. Always so high. Okay, so there's a couple at 7,000 coins. Not interested in those ones. And then we are back to the start after goalkeeper from Wolves, who last time I checked was mega expensive, and it's looking like that is still the case. 8.4k on a Ruddy. I don't really want to spend half of my remaining coin amount just to make like 300, 400 coins. It's just not worth it. So boys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly go over to my phone, and I'm going to go and answer a question from Ryan Garswood, who asks, how long have I supported Wigan Athletic for? So boys, if you don't know, I support Wigan Athletic. I have done, well, I mean, I can talk about this on video now. I mean, it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. Okay, I've just got a Lookman there at 1,000 coins. His next one up is 1.7. Nice. So I've supported Wigan Athletic for as long as I can remember. Now, when I was growing up, I was a Liverpool fan. Yes, that is true. I was a Liverpool fan. Now, the reason why I switched over to Wigan Athletic is because when I was growing up, I basically supported Liverpool, but I never went to any of the games because my dad's a Wigan Athletic fan. So when I was growing up, all I did was watch Wigan. I literally didn't watch anyone else. So we'd go to all the games. I was there when they were in like Division 3, 4, whatever it may be. Honestly, I remember going to a lot of home games, playing some absolutely woeful opposition. As you can see behind me, some of the people who I sort of looked up to when I was younger. Leighton Baines was probably my favourite footballer growing up, and Jimmy Bullard as well, and they were sort of part of a staple of the Wigan Athletic team when I was growing up. Now, the main reason why I didn't support them was because I was obsessed with Michael Owen for some reason as I was growing up. I think I just liked him for whatever reason. Not got a clue why. And then I sort of went into high school and thought, you know what, I'm too cool for football. I'm not interested in football anymore. And I basically went through a stage of being emo for a bit, and I just turned my back on footy completely. I had really, really long hair. Honestly, it's ridiculous. If this video gets a load of likes, I'll try and dig out a picture of me with long hair. Like, it's ridiculous. But regardless, I fell out of love with football for ages. And then what happened was I came back to Wigan Athletic when I got my first job. So basically, I started working when I was like, I'm pretty sure I was 16 or 17 when I first started working, because I had an apprenticeship. So I started off as an apprentice software developer, and I did that for quite a bit. And I'm not going to lie, boys, I enjoyed it, but it was so hard. Now, hang on, there's a card there at 1.7k. What's the next one up to? It's not Hannibal Lecter. No, I'm going to leave that one. So anyway, I basically started off working as a apprentice software developer, and everyone there was really, really into football, and I wasn't really into football that much. And I thought, there's no way that I'm going to go back and start supporting Wigan Athletic now. So I just left it. I literally just left it. And yeah, that was it. So I basically turned my back on the whole football conversation, and weeks went by, and I slowly but surely started getting involved in the conversation at work. And I was like, there's no way that I can sit here at work and not get involved in this conversation. So I basically got back into football, and I thought, I'm not supporting Liverpool, I'll support Wigan, and I've supported them ever since. So that's sort of been how my relationship with Wigan Athletic has worked, to be honest. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about me supporting Wigan Athletic. It's not the most interesting story in the world, but it is what it is, the boys. It is what it is. Now, I'm actually seeing quite a few deals on a couple of these Leeds players right here. And there's still a Somerville there at 2,000 coins. What's his next one up? If it didn't have 20 minutes left, I'd probably pick that one up, you know. Right, let's move into the next question. How long have we had gone on the clock? Let's just take a swift look. 10 minutes. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's take a look. Archie Wallace says, hardest YouTube moment, which I think is a very, very good question. Boys, if you've been a long-term fan of this channel, you know that I have had ups and downs, and I think over the years, I have put out some truly, truly woeful content. I do plan on making a video reacting to some of my old videos or some of my private videos, because there's some absolute awful stuff in there. So that should make a good video when I eventually come to do it. But hardest YouTube moment was probably, I mean, it's not on the channel anymore, but sort of saying that I was quitting and going back into a full-time job was very, very hard, because you got to bear in mind, boys, like, I've been making YouTube videos since I was about 11, and I'm 24 now. So what's that, 13 years? And I always thought that I was going to be a YouTuber. I was going to make YouTube videos. That's what I was going to do for a full-time job. And then when you sat there and you're making a video like, hi guys, I'm going to be going back to a full-time job, and we're going back to normal. Like, it's a pretty demeaning thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty demeaning to go back to that. So I'd probably say that was the hardest moment, was sort of coming to the terms of, I literally can't pay rent. I can't afford anything. I need to make a change here, and I think that would probably be my hardest YouTube moment. There've been quite a few other ones as well. Like I say, like, I've made some truly woeful content. I'll be the first person to admit that a lot of my videos during FIFA 18, 19, and even some of FIFA 20 it just weren't good content. It didn't help people. I was literally just doing it for the money. And when you're doing stuff for the money, the boys, like, it soon gets it soon gets boring, I'm not gonna lie, and you don't have the motivation for it. Whereas now I feel like everything's sort of changed. Like for me, like I'm in a much better place. I don't struggle with my mental health as much anymore. I sort of have a bit more of an idea of what I want to do with the channel and going forward, and I know what you lads enjoy. I've got a bit more of a core audience now, whereas in the past it was literally just based around giveaways and just awful stuff. Like, I think if I have any advice for anyone who's looking to get into YouTube, look after the people who support you, and you can't really go far wrong with that. And I think that's the best thing that you probably that's two little tips, boys, that I've got for you there. Actually, look after the people who support you and make stuff that you actually enjoy doing, and YouTube is an absolute breeze. Like it's so much more fun when you're doing that. So to answer your question, yeah, that would probably have been my hardest YouTube moment. Now, as you can see at the minute, we are not really seeing anything. We've seen an Osborne there, left wing back Osborne at 1,000 coins. Next one up is 1.2 and it's already gone. Excellent stuff. However, we are going to jump into another question and let's take a look what it is. Do you ever think, what's the point on doing this, YouTube, and just want to quit and get a job, says Harry H. Now, I think this ties in quite well with the last question that we just had. Now, I have honestly, I've thought this a lot. There's been a lot of sleepless nights, the boys. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've mentioned this before, and I'm not afraid in mentioning it again. Like a couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with a couple of different mental illnesses, and I mean, they don't really affect me too much anymore. I feel like I'm in a much better place, but I think it's hard being self-employed when you've got all that stuff going on. Don't get me wrong, like what I do, it's not a hard job like whatsoever, and people have it a lot worse. Like I completely get that, but for me, like sort of wrapping my head around the fact that making money off other people's opinions and stuff like that of me is a very weird thing. So when obviously I was diagnosed with all that stuff a couple of years ago, it was really hard for me to sort of get my head around the fact that, well, this is my job now, basically. And there's been a lot of times when I've really suffered with my anxiety at night, and yeah, there's been so many times where I've thought, just swerve this. But I'm going to be completely honest, since I started streaming and since I started taking YouTube a lot more seriously than I had done over the past like few years, those sort of thoughts have gone, and my only sort of thoughts now, rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to go and get a job, is I've got to try harder, I've got to do better, because if I don't do better, someone will. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the best way to put it. And don't get me wrong, I am nowhere near the finished product that I want to be yet. Like, we've got a long way to go. I want to obviously get the channel bigger and better, and keep supporting you men as much as I can do as well, showing you how to make coins without putting anything in, or showing you how to do an objective without putting the time in. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to make your life a lot easier for FIFA 21, basically. Now, I'm picking up some of these probably at bad prices, but we moved. Now, I've just picked up a Fafana at 950 coins. His next one up is 1.2. I will probably explain a bit more with this method as well, because you probably see me list up some stuff a bit higher, and we can get into that. But yeah, to answer that question, yeah, there's been so many times where I've thought, you know what, this isn't it anymore, Chief. Like, I'm not up for it anymore, and it is a shame. Obviously, when you're in that mindset, it's not ideal to be in that mindset, but it is what it is, the boys. So just what else can I say? Now, moving back to this method that I'm using, I'm very conscious that I have been waffling for a short while. Moving into this method, so when you pick up cards with silvers, because you're picking them up for League SBCs, one thing that you've got to be very mindful of is, if people are doing the League SBCs, they will probably pay a bit more than what the min price is, because if you're doing League SBCs, you might put in a load of concepts and then search up on concepts. Now, people aren't scrolling to the 59th minute if they're looking through concepts to complete these League SBCs. So what you can do is you can list these cards the tiniest bit higher than what the minimum price is, and if you do that, you will get some nibbles. Like, don't be ridiculous. Like, say for example the minimum is 1.2, only go for 1.4 that you list that, or if it's whatever price, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't really be like mega cheeky with it, but you definitely can get a bit more than just face value at it. So it's just literally just one thing to bear in mind. Again, you might already know, boys, but I'm just looking out for you, if that's okay. Right, let's move over to Arsenal. Nothing on Arsenal. Villa, what are you saying? Villa centre backs from Villa are currently still going for 2,000 coins. And basically, boys, you can see how I'm sort of filtering through all of these little filters now. Like I said, when you're doing that general filter and looking through it, you will find cards who go for a lot. And if you find those cards who go for a lot, you can make yourself very, very nice coins. Trust me on that, boys. You can make very, very nice coins. You will see some really good undercuts. Best time to do this is when we get silver supply, marquee matchups, rewards day earlier on today was really, really good for silvers, or squad battles rewards, or what. Honestly, it could be a myriad of different things that could potentially bring the prices down of silvers. So make sure that you're being very mindful of what's going on in the market when you're trying to do this. But I'm doing this at the minute at 1:20 on a Thursday afternoon. Like, it is rewards day, but there's not really many packs being opened. But there is the possibility that some do get undercut because people are opening packs all day. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very mindful of what's going on the market. Now, I was trying to look at goalkeepers then with a basic chem style on it. Now, if one popped up, I would be the luckiest person in the world because they don't pop up. Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm interested in this guy at 3.7 because his next cheapest is 4.9. You know what? Let's be cheeky. Let's be cheeky. Let's take a risk. Let's take a risk. I'm gonna go 4.5k. Now, I did do this video, by the way, boys. Like I said yesterday on stream. The issue that I was having on stream yesterday was people were copying me. Now, when people are copying you live, it's not usually an issue, but what was actually happening was yesterday was I was trying to list up cards and people were purposely listing cards directly underneath what I was listing up at to make sure that I didn't get a sell. Again, it is what it is. Don't hate the player, hate the game, the boys. Do you know what I mean? Like, people want to do that. It literally makes no difference to my life if people want to do that. So that's the main reason why I've gone and re-recorded. Plus, we've got all these Q&A questions that I'm sure if you're a long-term viewer of the channel, you probably would want open. So let me just do a quick run through of the filters really, really quickly, and then I will take a look at the next question that we can go and answer. 3.5k is the minimum all West Brom defenders at the minute. Midfielders are bit all over the place by the looks of things. Grant, 4,000 coins, not really interested in that. And I've also just realised that I've completely forgot that some silver cards were coming in. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Thank you. 4.4k. Next one up is 7.4k. What a deal. What a deal. Now, this is what I'm talking about, boys. You can get yourself very, very good snipes with this, and you can build up a nice little coin amount. And this silver method honestly teaches you everything that you need to know about trading in general. It's the most basic market that you can learn. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. We're taking risks, the boys. We are taking risks. If this doesn't come off, honestly, we are up creek without a paddle. His next one up is 8,000 coins. Now, I'm hoping that I can just run through dead quickly and I can just get a quick sell on that. If I can get a sell at 7.1, I'm happy for that. But let's jump over to the transfer list and let's just take a look really, really quickly on how much stuff is selling on. We've had 6 cards sell on at the minute, and we've still got loads of other cards waiting to sell on as well. So we're actually in a pretty good position at the minute. Ideally, we do need to keep making some more coins. However, I'm just going to quickly go and get myself up another little question. Archie Stone has asked me, I think you're at college or university. Just wondering, what do you study there? Now, this is something that I get asked quite a bit. Now, at the minute, the boys, I am currently studying to become a barber. Now, do I want to be a barber when I finish? I mean, it's not a bad little job. Do you know what I mean? Like, the money's not so bad. You get to speak to people, new people every single day. But basically, this is, again, I'm going to go off on so many tangents here, the boys. So I hope that you appreciate me waffling for a full hour straight. I'm going to be knackered after this. I'm going to have to go for a lie down or something. Basically, I used to work in marketing. So when I had the software development job, which I spoke about before, I went from that into being a web developer, and then from being a web developer, I went into working into marketing. Now, I started marketing in 2016, I think it was, or 2015, 2016, 2015. Either way, about 4 or 5 years ago. So that gives you a sort of time frame for where we're chilling at the minute. So then I went working in marketing for ages, and then towards 2017, my channel started taking off in FIFA 17, and then I thought, you know what, I want to do this as like a full-time job, and I gave this a go as a full-time job. And then I started doing the awful, woeful content in FIFA 18, 19, 20, and just killed my channel off basically. So I've been in and out of marketing for like the past 5 years, and I sort of went back into marketing last year, obviously with the the old pandemic and all the rest of it. I don't want to say the word because this video will get demonetized. I needed money. I'm going to be completely honest. I needed money. So I was working in a bar just over Christmas time towards the start of last year. And then I left to basically go and work back in marketing. I was like, right, I'm going to get my career back on track. I'm going to start working in marketing. I was working in marketing for maybe, I don't know, 2-3 months, and I just didn't like it anymore. I literally just didn't like it anymore. So I was basically, I went away to Cornwall with my girlfriend. I think it was August time. So I went away with her, and I basically said to her, I said, by the end of this trip, I will be set on something that I am going to learn, and I'm going to just start again from scratch. So I landed on barbering. I went through quite a few different things. I was thinking about being a chef at one point. Maybe, who knows. And we went through loads of different things, and I eventually landed on being a barber because I thought, what do people always need? They always need their haircut. So I'll literally always have work. So that was the sort of thought process behind it. So in October, I dropped out of work to do a barbering course. So my plan was to do the barbering course and then just do YouTube on the side, literally just to pay the bills, as I just bashed my desk for no reason. And then what started happening was, around Christmas time, the channel started taking off again, and we started streaming, and yeah, the channel sort of, I don't know, been a bit revived, and we're sort of on that way to the channel being revived. And I am very much here for it at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm very, very much here for it. So I don't really know what the plan is, to be honest. I'm due to finish my barbering course in June, which isn't bad, but the only issue with it is I've not been in college since probably like November time. We've literally just gone back to college, so I don't know how to be a barber, and I am finishing a barbering course in what, 3 months. Not got a clue how to cut a, not got a Scooby on how to do it. So I honestly do not know what the plan is once I finish in June. Like, I could carry on doing YouTube. I could go into the barbering thing. I have not got a clue. I literally can only see at the minute as far as maybe, I don't know, as far as like this Friday or something. So I don't know, the boys. I don't know what I'm going to do when I finish. Like, I'm really enjoying the YouTube stuff. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. And I don't know, like, my thing is that I don't want to go gung-ho with YouTube and everything go pear-shaped again, because I know that it quite easily could do, and I know that it was a sort of web of my own making last time, but it's easy to go down like a bad path with myself, or get a bit desperate for views and start doing stupid stuff, or you take a brand deal that doesn't work, or do you know what I mean? Just something, anything, literally anything could happen. So that's my sort of thought process with YouTube and just life in general at the minute. So I'm going to keep flicking through all these filters. Hopefully we can find a couple of different things. Centre backs, Aston Villa, see, oh, beautiful undercut. Once that one goes at 1.5, we should be in the money. I'm going to go for 2,000 there, and we shall carry on flicking through the filters. Not doing so bad at the minute. Not doing so bad. Actually, I found a new filter the other day. I think it was just silver. I'm sure it was Silver Arsenal. Yeah, Silver Arsenal in general was a filter the other day. Yeah, because you can get Nelson on it as well. How much is he going for? 2,000 coins? Yeah, it's not an undercut. But anyway, I'm waffing again. There's going to be so much waff in this video. It's going to be Waff Club 7. Don't know what I'm going on about. Right, let's just quickly go through these and go over to Leeds and see if we can find anything. 1.6k. Oh, Leeds. I don't think that there's anything deals-wise there. I'm going to have a quick look at the forwards. Hello. Beautiful. Now, bear in mind, the boys, I think that's an undercut of 1,000 coins. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to list them up one by one. What's the cheapest? 2.5. Spicy. I can go for 2.4 on mine, and we can make some pretty decent profit. Maybe around 1.5k profit, which really isn't too bad. So let's go here, list that up at 2.4. I'll go here, list that up at 2.5. And then finally this one, I'll list up at 2.3. Lovely stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump back over to the old Instagram, and we are going to open Instagram and have a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what people are asking me. Now, someone said, show your girlfriend. That's not really a question. Not really a question. Someone's asked for a gaming setup tour on YouTube. Now, this is actually something which is very, very topical at the minute, boys. I am currently in the process of moving house. Now, at the minute, I have not moved house. As you can see, this is the usual setup that we normally would have do. I'm currently in the process of moving house. Would anyone be up for seeing a setup tour? Bear in mind, though, that it will take me quite a while to get sorted for the setup tour, because there's a couple of things that I definitely want, a few additions for the setup that are in dire need. So it might be a quick thing, it might not be a quick thing. It's just one thing to bear in mind, boys. We're a bit all over the place at the minute. Tanganga there at 2.9k. That's spicy. Spicy. What's his next one up? 3.8. Oh yeah, 3.8. Oh yeah, I'll go 2.9, and I'll try and sell at 3.5k. Now, like I was saying, boys, yeah, I'm in the process of moving house at the minute, which I honestly cannot wait for. So at the minute, if you boys don't know, I do live in Wigan. The area that I live in at the minute, boys, it's not the poshest. I'm not gonna lie. It could be better. I'm not gonna lie. Like, put it this way, I saw a car get battered with a crowbar the other week on the main road just outside my house, but we ignored that. We ignored that. But I'm in the process of moving house, and honestly, once we are sorted with that, I honestly cannot wait, because it means that I can properly go ham with streaming and content and stuff like that. Whoa, 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 cowboy. That's a huge undercut. That is a huge undercut, and I'm going to go for it and see if I can get 7.1 out of it like the other one I've got up. I hope the other one's sold on, actually. Let's see if it has. Let's see if it has. Let's see if it has. It has 7.1k. Nice. Nice. So here's where the silvers are chilling at the minute. We've got quite a few different deals. I don't think we're doing too bad at the minute. I'm not going to lie. I actually don't think that we're doing too bad. Now, in terms of selling these players on, boys, I am going to relist as much as I can do. It's not going to be within the hour. I'm literally just getting my deals within the hour, and then we go from there. That's basically the plan. Now, I'm on 425 coins at the minute. I can't really do anything in the Premier League with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over to a really basic filter, Silver League, and I'm just going to see what's chilling at the absolute cheapest for Silver League. So you can see that the average selling price on Silver League is 450. So if we're 450, 550. If I'm buying at 400, the tax on 550 is what, like 27.5 coins or something like that. So if I just buy anything at 400 coins, I'm making 100 coins at the very least. And you need to be very mindful about that, boys. Any profit is good. And I say this to everybody we're trading. Any profit is good. Now, whilst we're doing this, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go and take a look at the old cellular and see if there's any other coins that I can be answering. So, any other coins that I can be answering? Any other questions? Honestly, my head is absolute pickled onion. Now, Yash has asked me how to get a girlfriend. Now, you know what, boys? I actually get this question quite a bit on stream. A lot of people asking me how to get a girlfriend and how to go to the next stage in a relationship, or how to move on with just life in general. Now I'm gonna drop some facts on you here, boys. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to get a girlfriend. Be yourself, because if you're being somebody else, boys, that person that you're being, you have to maintain that. Now, take it from me, the boys. Take it from someone who has been through every phase possible in life, who has made a series of bad choices, has ruined not only relationships but friendships with a lot of people. Take it from me, the boys. Just be yourself. That is the only thing that I can say about getting a girlfriend. Just be yourself. Look after yourself. Like, do the basic stuff. Do you know what I mean? Wash. Just wash. Put some aftershave on. Deodorant. Smell nice, the boys. Like, look after yourself. Just groom yourself. Do the basic essentials. Obviously, like, I don't feel like I need to tell you to wash. But here we are, half an hour into a 1 hour training challenge, telling people to wash themselves, but wash. Be clean. Just be yourself. Be nice. Do you know what I mean? Be someone who people want to spend time with. And that's not even about getting a girlfriend or whatever. Just be the best version that you possibly can be of yourself. And if people don't like that, There's literally nothing that you can do about that. It is what it is, the boys, and it isn't what it isn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no point you getting wound up because someone who you fancy don't want to go for you. Move on. Plenty of fish in the sea. Plenty of fish in the sea. Do not worry, the boys. Do not worry. I think that's dropping some hard cold facts there. Probably some of the best advice that I've ever give. I swear to God, if I'm not recording, I am recording. If I was streaming instead, I would have been fuming. But like, all jokes aside, genuinely, just be yourself. I think that's something which took me probably until like maybe like 2 years ago, maybe even a bit sooner, to realize that if I'm being some like version of myself that's like an exaggerated version, or like I leave stuff out, or I try and be someone else, or I try and alter my personality, like I can't hold it up. I can't be arsed. It's long. Do you know what I mean, boys? Like, it's just not the play. It's just not the play. Now, I'm not going to lie, boys. I'm hoping that something can sell on, because I'm not seeing anything on that filter at the minute. And we've got quite a lot of cards up at the minute. So I'm hoping that we can make a little something once all these cards have sold on. But at the minute, we are up slack alley. I'm going to see if I can see anything from the Serie A. I'm very conscious that the League SBC isn't out for the Serie A, but as you can see, they are still selling at 550 coins. So maybe some stuff will pop up. Actually, you know what? Let's go Bundesliga, because they do have a League SBC out at the minute, and it's 550 coins. So maybe I'll see a Biella field at like min price or something. So let's go for 400 coins right here. But yeah, boys, like honestly, relationships, stuff like that, it's a minefield. It's a minefield, and don't worry, don't rush about getting into a relationship. Like, I was one of them people through school where I'd just be like, oh, I'm gonna get a relationship, and looking back, I should have just been chilling with the boys. Not in that way, but do you know what I mean? Like, I should have been making the most of school years, making the most of my free time, not trying to be like, oh, I want a girlfriend. Like, it's just not worth it, boys. Honestly, go out, be responsible, but enjoy yourself, because when you get to my age, and I'm only 24, stuff starts changing and responsibilities start getting a lot bigger. Now, we've been kicked out of the market, which is absolutely sublime. Hopefully EA turn that up to 11. But I'm going to go and get myself another question whilst we wait. Now, ADL Clips, or ADI Clips, has said, when did I first get to 1,000 subscribers? Now, the sort of history of my channel is sort of under lock and key at the minute, obviously, because like I said, there's a lot of content which I'm not overly proud of that I've put out before, and I've just decided to keep it off the internet, because what I'm doing now, I want it to be completely separate from what I was doing. Please say we can get back on. We can. I want it to be completely separate anyway, and I will show you it at some point. I just don't know when that point will be, but yeah, I think it was around, I want to say it was around FIFA 16 time. So I started off FIFA 16, the boys. Oh, if you weren't there, you would have loved it. You would have, honestly, if you like trading now, you would have loved FIFA 16 trading. Basically, what happened in FIFA 16, right, was when the game came out, basically EA had it so when you packed a card and you tried to list that card up onto the market, the buy now price was automatically set to the minimum price. So basically what happened was people were packing stuff and then accidentally listing it up for min price. Honestly, boys, you could quite easily make like 100k in an hour in FIFA 16. Like, it's a bit harder now to do stuff like that, but back in the day, it was ridiculously easy. And now we've just got an Mbuku at 200 coins. He's going for 950. Nice. So I'm going to list him up at 700 coins. Hopefully build up a few more coins. Beautiful. We can go back into the filters that we were using before. Now, honestly, back in the day, it was, if you were there, boys, let me know down in the comment section. If anyone's still watching at this point, I'll be very, very surprised. But let me know if you were there, because it was unreal scenes. Like, there was so much sniping that you could do. You didn't even have to learn trading. You could literally just snipe and stuff would pop up, and it's like, ah, sick. I've just got myself, like, I remember I got an Inform Herrera at min price on, like, I'm sure it was on like a Tuesday. Like, you're not getting min price special cards on a Tuesday anymore. Do you know what I mean? You're waiting for rewards day. You're waiting for squad battle rewards. You're waiting for something. Now, we've just got an Eric Garcia at 1.1k. Now, I know for a fact that that's a good deal. His next one up there is 1.7. I'm probably going to list up a tiny bit higher than that. But yeah, that was basically FIFA 16. So that's sort of where I grew an initial following in FIFA 16. And then FIFA 17 channel started doing really well. But I was working at the time. So basically what I'd do was I'd get up in the morning at like, I don't know, like 7:30, 8 o'clock, right? 7:30, 8 o'clock. I would go to work and then I would come home and I would just carry on making videos. And that was like my day. It was way too much, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. I've got the violin out, boys. It was just way too much. So, you live and you learn, boys. You live and you learn. Now, what is Besic doing there at 1.1k? What are you trying to do? What is going on? Fabio Silva. Gonna go for 1,000 coins and try and get 1.4 out of him, fingers crossed. So, let's jump into another question. How long have we got on the timer? That is the main question, boys. How long have we got left on this damn timer? 22 minutes left. Interesting. 22 minutes left. Interesting news. Interesting news. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We've not got much on here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where did the name come from? I think that's a pretty good question. Where did the name come from? First name is Lewis, last name is Ellis. I was born in 1996, and I put the Z on the end because I am an absolute G. So there you go. That's where the name came from. Next one is favorite player this year in FIFA. Now this one's a bit of a weird one. I'm obviously going to say team of the year Bruno Fernandes because we packed him, and he's absolutely brilliant. But I think besides from that, I really like Gold Rashford, and I know that that's like such a meta one to say, but I really like Gold Rashford. So I think that is literally going to be my answer to that. I think it's going to be Gold Rashford. I think if you need like right, what's going on here then? Who's playing silly buggers here? And also, where's that card? The other card's just gone that I've just bought. What's going on here then? I've got 70 coins. Why did I just do that? I should have saved some coins. Hello? Did I not just buy more than 2 cards? Or am I off my head on life? Did I not just buy more than... Boys, what is this? What's going on? What is going on? What is going on? Why have I got a welcome pack? I'm sure I just bought more than 2, did I not? Let's have a look. Transfer targets. Right. That's sick. That is so sick. Turn that up, please. Just the tiniest bit louder. Thank you very much. Now, we're on 70 coins. Not 100% sure why we've done that, because now I need to rely on other stuff selling on. Interesting. Right. What can I do? Is there anything that I can do? I mean, I could go into my club and just quick sell some bronzes, but I'm not going to do that. Milestones. Please give me some coins. Right. Right, we need some coins. So get snug, the boys, because I'm gonna have I'm gonna keep having a look through. Vega Droid has said, what was your first FIFA you played, or what is your favorite FIFA? First FIFA I played was FIFA 2002 World Cup. Boys, if you know, you know, because it was absolutely unreal. I think it was when it was the Japan World Cup. I think it was in 2002. Oh, we've got some coins. Woo! Got some coins. Now, I think it was the Japan World Cup. I think it was. Now, honestly, boys, like it was a good time. It was a good time. Also, these being undercut, I'm hoping that they fluctuate back up, because otherwise we are in the mud. We are absolutely in the mud. I need these to fluctuate back up quick style. Now, yeah, that was my first one. My favorite FIFA though was FIFA 17. Now the reason why I think it was FIFA 17 was because, like I said, channel started doing well in FIFA 17, and I've probably just got like a fond memories of YouTube around that time, so maybe I'm a bit biased in saying that, but I don't know. I felt like FIFA 17, there was a sense of optimism in the air. It was when we first got SBCs introduced, like, there was new things to do, because what you've got to bear in mind, boys, that before FIFA 17, we played foot draft for fun. None of these objectives, boys, we played foot draft for fun. Like, realistically, who's playing foot draft now for fun? You're doing it for the packs, aren't you? So, back in the day, it was literally like 193 foot drafts were like the bee's knees. Now, I have to apologise as well, boys, for the sirens outside my gaff. Like I said, it's not the most pleasant area in the world. And this is just what we've got on the daily. Hopefully that gets a bit louder. I'm really hoping that it does get a bit louder. But I'm going to go over to Spurs centre-backs, and I'm going to see if there's anything kicking out. Any huge undercuts? There is not. We move, we move, we move. I'm going to go back to the general ones, as we have got about 15 minutes left on the clock, which it's not bad. It's not bad. I can work with it. I can work with it. I'm going to have a look at general just to see if there's anything. I don't think there is. We're up to 5,200 as well, which isn't bad. 1,000 coins, though. Let's see if there's anything that we can pick up at 1,000 coins. Nothing on the defenders. We'll go over to the midfielders. Nothing on the midfielders that I like the look of. Forwards, talk to me. Yeah, this isn't looking good. This isn't looking good at the minute. We need to go back through these filters. I sort of just started glitching then. Right, you know what? I'm half tempted to go in on these Aston Villa Silvers and hope that it pays out. Right, I'll buy 2. Yeah, leave it with me. I'll buy 2. I do think that I can get 1.9 and 2k out of these. I genuinely do. I genuinely do. I hope that I can do. I hope that everything sells on at the end. However, let's jump into another question. How long is left on this damn timer, man? How long is left on this damn timer? Let's scroll over to the clock. 15 minutes left. Lovely stuff. Someone's asked me why have I got a dead trim. Now, I'd say that my trim is high caliber, but a few people have told me differently, which is interesting because I honestly thought I had the best trim this side of Lancashire, but apparently not, so that's good. 3.2 on them. Let's have a look through. Who's my favourite FIFA YouTuber? I think that's a bloody good question, you know. Who am I enjoying watching at the minute? I mean, right, so I'm a bit funny. I like streamers and I also like YouTubers. I don't watch just YouTubers. Does that make sense? I watch streams. I don't know what I'm just again waffing, but I really like Pieface at the minute. I'm not gonna lie, he's someone who I've watched for quite a while now. I remember him back in the day when he literally just come on the scene from Big Brother, and I remember being in his stream. I was there saying, Pieface, come back on and keep playing. No, I was there, and I remember I asked him for a shout out because he'd obviously been on Big Brother and my mum watched Big Brother, and I was like, Pieface, can you give me a shout out for my mum? And he did do. So ever since then I knew that he was a sound guy. So big up Pieface, man. Like, yeah, I'm happy to see him doing well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'll take that at 3,000 coins as well. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy to see him doing well. I think he's like quite a genuine person. I don't think he holds anything back as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's one thing that I do like about him. He doesn't put up a front with anything. He's not like trying to be someone he's not. He's just Pieface, and that's all I could want. So that would be my favourite FIFA YouTuber at the minute. I'm not gonna lie. I think what he's doing at the minute, it's a breath of fresh air, and it's not corporate and. Do you know what I mean? Like, sort of trying to save face and stuff. He says it how it is, and if you don't like it, it is what it is. And I very much respect that about anyone who does any kind of content creation, because I know that at times it is a lot easier to just save face and not say certain things. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to move into the next question as my big gammon fingers cannot open this. Now, Kai has asked me, are there different meanings behind my tattoos? Now, boys, if you are new to the channel, you probably do not know that I even have tattoos if this is your first video. I mean, we've got like 15 minutes left. I shouldn't be doing this, but I've got 2 tattoos on my arm, boys. I've got 2 tattoos on my arm. As you can see, there's 2 ones there, 2 ones there. And then I've got 1 on the back of my leg. But I'm not going to lie, boys. I actually don't... How has this video turned to this point? How can I do this? What am I doing? What am I doing? This is... There you go. There's 1 on the back of my leg as well. So that one on the back of my leg is what do I look like? Anyway, that one on the back of my leg is John Lennon with some lyrics at the bottom that says "Eyes Closed," which is taken from Strawberry Fields Forever. Boys, if you've not listened to that tune, I highly recommend it. It's a very, very good tune. And basically the lyric is thus: it's living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding everything you see. I hope I've got that lyric right. I think I've got it wrong, actually. Regardless, though, that's the one on the back of my leg, so it's about John Lennon, and I really like the artist who did it. He's called Henry Strom. If you want to check him out, the boys, honestly, check his Instagram page out. He's got some absolutely unreal artwork on there, like absolutely unreal artwork on there, so I'd highly recommend checking him out. The one that I got on my right arm was based on a song from Tame Impala called Why Won't They Talk to Me. If you listen to the song, it probably explains a lot better than what I can. And then on my other arm, it's a metaphor for myself. Now, it's quite dark when I talk about it. When I say it out loud, it is a bit dark. But the thing is, I've got these massive tattoos on my arm, and then I get like a bit funny when people ask me what they're about, and I find it hard to actually explain what it's about. But that's basically what it's about. So this one is like a metaphor for myself. So you can see it's a Joker with a mask on his face. I think that's it's a pretty accurate description, I would say. I think a lot when I was younger, I was always trying to be the person who's like, I can make the jokes, I know what to do, do you know what I mean? And I was always trying to be the center of attention, and when in actuality, I don't think that I really wanted to be the center of attention. I think I was literally just doing it for that, just a cry of attention. And we're back up at 1-5, thank God for that. But yeah, that was basically the idea behind that tattoo, because I don't know, like, it's easier to wear how I am on my arms and on my body than actually saying it sometimes, as one of these gets listed up at 2.4k. I'm not gonna actually buy that one. It's a bit too risky for me. So yeah, I think that's the best way to sort of describe how I am. It's literally how I feel on my arms, and it's there for everyone to see. Like, it's the first thing that you see when you meet me, I would say, besides from my excellent trim. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's hard to say it out loud sometimes, because I feel a bit like cringe saying it, but it's how I feel, do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what a tattoo should be. I don't think I would really be one of them people who get a tattoo that just doesn't mean anything. Like, all of them, I went through a severe amount of pain to get them as well, and I think it's a good way to do tattoos, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I look at it. So like this one on my arm was the first one that I got, and that one took 6 hours. I then got the one on the back of my leg after that. That took 6 hours, and I then got that one on my arm, and that took 6 hours. So we've gone through a considerable amount of pain just to have some bloody tattoos. But yeah, so like that's pretty much how everything has worked. And yeah, like I'm made up with him. I did have a deposit down to get the other side of this arm done, but unfortunately, because of COVID, cursed word, and everything else that's going on in the world, I never really got around to doing it. And then real life sort of catches up with you, and you can't really afford it, because you put down, like, I think I put down on all of them, it's like £100 deposit, and then for the tattoos, it's quite a good amount as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's not something that you can just go and do on a whim. I mean, some people do, and each to their own. If you want to do that, you crack on. But I'm just not like that. I'd rather plan my tattoos, and I'd rather know that what I'm getting on my body, which is going to be permanent, is something that I enjoy. Fun fact, actually, I nearly passed out with that one, which was absolutely unreal. Basically, I was on like a weird diet at the time, and I was like trying to like cut calories, and it meant that I was like skipping breakfast, because basically I was fasting. Hello, hang on, where are you? Thank you. 1.1k, thank you. Reem as well. Reem. Yeah, he's not a deal, is he? He's not a deal. Anyway, so yeah, I was fasting, and I went into it, and I went to go get it done whilst fasting. I mean, you already know what's going to happen. I was sat down, and I was literally getting it done, and I was like, mate, you're going to have to stop. And he was like, why? What's up? And yeah, I nearly passed out, because not because of the pain or anything. It wasn't too much pain, but my blood was literally just like flying out of my, not flying out. It's so dramatic, but it was like seeping out, and like the walls closed in on me, and I stood up and I was like, what's going on here then? And yeah, and then I had a can of Coke and I was right as rain. True story that as well, true story. So yeah, there you go. That's all my tattoos. I've talked about them in videos before, but again, think those videos are AFK from the channel currently. Mr. Brewster at 1,000 coins, I actually do not mind. Yeah, I don't mind Brewster at 1,000 coins. I can list him up at 1.4. And by the way, I feel like you're getting a pretty good demonstration for what this silver method's like at the minute. Let's carry on going with this. Can you help me at FIFA? Now, that is a very, very general question, Mr. Kieran. However, I can help you at FIFA. Now, I think if someone came to me and went, what is like the best tips that you can give someone who's new to FIFA? What's the best tips that you could give to someone? Now, the best tips that I could possibly recommend to anyone for FIFA is keep your head. I do not do it. I am honestly awful at doing it. But if you keep your head, I guarantee you that you will always play better, because you're in control of what's going on rather than just flapping it and just sort of like winging it. Because honestly, boys, I've played in FUT Champions Christ knows how many times. The same stuff happens every week. I never get used to it. I can never just like let it be. And I don't know why I'm like that. I really do not know why I'm like that. But unfortunately, the game takes over sometimes, doesn't it? And it is what it is. But if you keep your head, you can play well. Like in FUT Champions just gone, I was down 3-0, right? Down 3-0 in the first 25 minutes against someone. I brought it back to 3-3, which took us into extra time. I then took it back to... Well, he scored and made it 4-3. And then I scored and made it 4-4. We went to pennies and I won on pennies. And if I hadn't kept my head, there's no way that would have happened. But because I kept my head, there was actually opportunity to. We ignore the fact that I lost my head after that game and I went on to finish silver 1. But besides from that, like that would be my main advice, would be just keep your head. I think another big thing as well is don't try and fight the meta. Sometimes you literally just have to play to it. Like, I'm not saying play 5 at the back and drop back and all that, but I mean like players wise, like admittedly you might have some players that you really want to use, and that's chilling. Like you crack on and use them, but just remember that if you're going to take that team into FUT Champions, it's going to come under a lot of pressure, because a lot of people have got really good teams, especially at this time in March. Like, keeping with the meta, as much as you might hate doing it, you literally have to sometimes, because otherwise you will literally fall behind because you've not got a meta team. Like, I think what a lot of people forget is that this isn't a football game. This is a football simulation game. This isn't a true representation of what football's like. If you come in and you're like, oh, I want to use Harry Kane, you're going to get battered in weekend league. Do you know what I mean? Like, or if you come in and you're like, oh, I want to play patient build-up passing and I want to do this and I want to do that, but don't work like that, man. It literally don't work like that. You literally just have to play how the game wants you to play, because that's all it is. It's a game, and I think if you become more accepting of FIFA, it gets a hell of a lot easier. Now, on the same token, just accepting FIFA for what it is, I am not seeing too many deals at the minute with these filters, so we are going to keep going, and hopefully we can get a few more deals into the last couple of minutes of this challenge. Let me have a look at what we've got left. 5 minutes left on the clock. Interesting. I'm honestly not too sure how much we've made this time round. I mean, I was blaming people for stream sniping yesterday, but I don't even know if I've made that much more this time. But I'm hoping that is going to be the case as I keep flicking through all these filters and hoping that we can find a little something. But with that compare price feature being completely removed from the game, EA have made it very difficult to do just about anything, which is good, because now when you come over to the 59th minute, there's not really anything, which is a pain. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pain. We'll jump back over to Defenders though, and we'll see if we can find anything. 950 coins, I'm just not that keen on it, with me only having, oh, I've got 9k left. I could have actually put quite a few coins into there, but let's hope that we can get a few more deals just before we finish. I think we should be alright, he says tentatively. I think we should be alright. May as well have a last flick through some of these filters, shouldn't we? So let's go through and let's have a look at what we can get. Aston Villa, if these are still chilling at 1.5, I might just buy quite a few of them up. I mean, there's so many popping up on Aston Villa. There's actually so many popping up on Aston Villa, and I'm going to try and go for 2,000, and ideally it needs to be out of these before before 6 p.m. because we are going to be getting marquee matchups. But chilling at 2,000 coins at the minute, which really isn't too bad. So I'm not too bothered about that. I'm hoping that Everton can come down the tiniest bit. That one at 2-4 actually went, which is interesting. Next one up now is 3-2. So maybe that's a buy in future. I'm hoping that I could potentially get something decent on a Leeds card. That would be my main thing. 1-5 there I've just seen. Yeah, I'll take 1-5. I'll try and list him up at what, like 2,000 coins. See if I can finesse the system and go for that. Now we're sticking with Leeds. Go to midfielders. Anything at 2k. And there's a 4 short. I mean, to be fair, boys, I'm probably looking at cards that I probably paid that price before, but I'm not doing now, as I'm not 100% sure what has just gone past my house. But I'm hoping that we can get a few more deals in this last 3 minutes as things are hotting up in the LE96Z studio. Not because he's getting stressed, but because the central heating is broken. I'm joking, obviously. Now, let's keep going. Is there anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Southampton strikers. Give me an undercut. Nothing at the minute. Nothing at the minute. Spurs, centre-backs. What are you saying, the boys? What are you saying? 3.4k, 3.2. I want under 3. I want under 3. We'll go over to West Brom. We'll go over to Defenders. We'll see what's chilling on Defenders. 3.4k. Let's just take a look what the next one up is. 3.8. Don't want that at 3.8. I do not want that at 3.8. That was a deal, Lewis. What are you doing? Then again. Nah, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Forwards. Any deals on the old forwards? Anything? 7.7. Nothing there. Realistically. And then we've got Wolves, goalkeeper, anything. Show me something. 6k. If I had more coins, I'd pick that up at 6k because then I could relist at 6.8. And I'd do both of them as well and make about a k, but not got the facilities for that currently. So I'm going to go back over to Silver Arsenal. Is there anything there? Oh, we don't want the goalkeepers. Not interested in the goalkeepers. Just basic, please. Centre backs from Aston Villa. These have been popping up a ton. Nothing. 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 Everton, nothing. Leeds. Oh, Leeds. Anything. As we come into the final minute. As we come into the final minute of this challenge. How many coins are we going to be on, the boys? How many coins are we going to be on? Leicester goalkeepers. I've not really been that lucky with Leicester goalkeepers at the minute, have I? Not been that lucky with Leicester goalkeepers. I'm itching like anything. I've got fleas. I've not got fleas. Made that up. Nothing there. 1 minute left. 1 minute left on the clock. Striker from Southampton. And it's live. Che Adams. Beautiful. 4.4k. His next one up is 9,000 coins. I'm going to list up mine at 7,500. Very, very nice deal, the boys. To finish off this video, I would definitely say. Now, if you want to give me a Spurs centre-back for min price, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. 3.2. Not interested. Not interested at 3.2. What about a West Brom defender at minimum price? What about a midfielder at minimum price? What about a forward? Nothing. Damn it. Wolves. Goalkeeper. I might be able to do this one last time, boys. I might actually be able to do this one last time. I've got a funny feeling that my neighbours have just banged on the wall, which, if they have, I'll be kicking off big style. I will be kicking off big style because they are honestly so noisy. Then again, we're running out of time, boys. We are running out of time. We've literally got like 7 seconds left, if that. Give me another deal. Hello? One last deal. One last deal for the boys. One last deal. Let's stop that. I'm 24. Alright, the boys. So, we have finished the 1 hour trading challenge. Let's go and take a look at the transfer list. Let's see what we've got. We have got, in total, 38 deals over the hour, which I don't think is too bad. Definitely could have been better. Definitely could have been better. But I really don't think that we've done that bad, you know, boys. I really do not think that we've done that bad. I think once we're sold up, we should be on a pretty decent amount of profit. We've got 2,000 coins left in the bank as well. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get all of this sold on, and I'll be back at a later time, the boys.
2 words. Entrepreneurship.
Oosh, alright the boys, we are back. Next day, I went and listed up all the cards. I think it took maybe 2 or 3 listings and everything got sold on. And by the time that I'd finished all that, I was out getting wallpaper. Anyway, it's not a euphemism either. Anyway, Regardless, we are at 42,000 coins, and we started with 20,000, and we have made 22,000 coins in 1 hour, which, to be honest, I actually don't think is too bad. All of the cards sold on besides one, so realistically, we're probably on about 24k there or thereabouts that we've made over the hour, which I really don't think is too bad. Starting on 20,000 coins to double our coins and then some as well in 1 hour's time, I really don't think it's too bad, because you could go for the next hour and just double it again and just keep going up and up and up until you get to a decent coin amount where you can go into different avenues. But as you can see here, this Sharp is the only card who didn't sell on. He's currently sat on the market around 1.5k. There are some undercuts at the minute because it is Friday morning and people have invested on Thursday night. The cards haven't risen, so the panic's selling, and there's a lot of undercutting going on at the minute. So providing that sells on at 1.5, we have made ourselves around 24,000 coins after tax, which in my opinion is absolutely fantastic. So boys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more stuff like this, by all means, please do drop a like on it. If you skip to this part in the video, please do go back through and watch all the video. There's quite a lot of stuff in there. Make sure as well, the boys, to just to subscribe, comment as well if you've got any other challenges for me to do. But I think that's where I'm going to be wrapping this video up. I appreciate it's a bit of a different one, very long video, but hopefully you guys did enjoy. But it's been 6 Lewis. Drop a like on this video, comment down below if you need help with anything, subscribe if you are new, and I am off.